Every video has to start with an idea, but trying to figure out what to actually film for your next YouTube video can sometimes feel like writer's block. You know, when you schedule in that time to sit and actually come up with ideas, and then you just sit there and you're like, I can't even think of one. I've been there, done that, and I'm going to share with you how to get past that. I'm going to help you when it comes to figuring out video ideas and how to plan your videos by sharing tips that I personally use on both my channels. On one channel, which is my other channel, I publish every 2 days, and on this channel where I publish twice a week. Don't forget that if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Let's get straight into this video. Now, when it comes to trying to figure out what you're going to film, first things first, are you aware of what your subscribers want to watch? For example, do you read their comments? It's the one place where you have direct access to what your viewers actually want to watch. It's so important to read your subscriber comments because you really do get an understanding of what they want to see, what videos they liked that you already did, because even if they do like videos that you've already done, you don't have to completely write that off. How many different ways can you actually branch out that video? Could you do another video which is similar to the one that they like, but slightly different? So almost like a spin-off from that video. Because the good thing is you already know they like that first video. So how about making it better? How about just kind of like taking it down another path, keeping it within the same subject, but you've changed it slightly. So you've kept it around the same topic, but you've spoken about something different within that topic. It's also such a good idea to do polls because I find this really helped me. When I have a few ideas and I'm unsure as to which one maybe would be more popular, I put them down as polls on my community section of my YouTube channel. When it comes to being a YouTuber, I know that growth is really important to you and I know that you want to see new subscribers, but you can't forget about the subscribers that you already have. These guys are loyal to you. They have subscribed, they've stayed there, they engage on your videos, you see comments from them. You really want to make them feel like they are a part of your kind of process of putting together new videos. It shows them that you really are taking them into consideration and wanting to show them more videos that they are going to like. So don't forget about your loyal subscribers. It's something that you can easily utilize and you have right there in front of you to be able to help you to come up with new video ideas. Secondly, something that has really helped to elevate my channels massively is software to help me decide what to actually film. And not only that, it also helps me to figure out whether the ideas that I have come up with are good enough and work well for my channel and my audience. I use the best around, which is TubeBuddy. I use this software twice within my process, which I'll explain a little bit later in the video, but it's something that I really would recommend you getting so that it can help you to just figure out and narrow down what you're actually going to be filming. The software uses all sorts of metrics to figure out what your audience likes, what the engagement rate has been on specific videos, and all of that is kind of put together to help you to figure out what videos would work best for you to actually film. Let's just say you figured out what it is you're going to be filming. Now you have to ask yourself, what is the goal of this video? What is the viewer going to take away from this video? It's really important to address these questions because I feel like that way you are delivering the best possible quality when it comes to the content of your video. You're not just randomly picking an idea and then just talking about it. You really need to think about the structure of the video and does it give the viewer what they're actually looking for, and does it give it to them quick enough so that you can keep them there watching the entire video. I always feel that taking notes helps me to plan the outline of the video. It helps me to just understand visually when I can read what I'm going to be including in terms of bullet points in the video. It really helps me to see whether it's flowing in the right direction. I initially like to kind of make my bullet points and then figure out where I want to slot those in from the start up until the end of the video. Once I have the correct order of all those key points that I'll be talking about throughout the video, I then start expanding on each point. Now, I don't like to script my videos to the point where I'm reading off of my iPad or a teleprompter or anything because I feel like it's not natural. However, I do like bullet points because I feel like it just makes sure that I'm actually sticking to the topic. Sometimes I have a habit of just kind of like going off in another direction. So that's why I like to have those key points in front of me so I know to just stick to the point and get on with it and it's in the right flow. Sometimes I just have those key points written out on my iPad and that's it because I I know to expand on that while I'm filming. However, sometimes if there are certain things that I think I may forget to include, I always kind of like branch it out from that key point so that I know to include those sub points within that initial bullet point that I'm talking about. What makes all of these key points unique to you? Why should that person come to your channel? These are all things that you need to think about in your planning process, because the aim here is to create amazing content, educational content that someone can take away something from, but also something that they're probably not going to get elsewhere. So what is it that you can infuse into that in terms of your own knowledge, your own expertise, to make that unique to your channel? Now that you know what the video is about and the takeaway of the video, you can now start to put together the structure of the video, the beginning, the middle, and the end. Based on the notes that you've taken, you can now figure out what you want the flow of the video to be. Now that you have a clearer understanding as to what your message actually is, this is where you can now start to tweak it to make sure that it flows naturally and is interesting for the viewer to watch. By interesting, I mean that you want to make sure that the viewer is interested in what they're watching and doesn't get bored and you're not going on about the same thing over and over and over again. Deliver the message clearly and concisely and add in the extra bits that you know kind of make that information unique to you. This is why bullet points are so handy. Now that you know the bulk amount of information about putting this video together, such as what the video is going to be about, what your key points are that you'll be talking about, the goal or message that you're trying to deliver clearly, and maybe you've even got the flow of the video done. Now this is where you can head over to the software that I was talking about. Like I mentioned, I use TubeBuddy. Now at this point in my planning process, I head over, I put the title together. Usually my first draft is not the exact title. I pop it into TubeBuddy. That will then have a look at everything. Like I said, it checks all the metrics and everything and checks whether that video title will work well. Are people likely to click on it, on the title? Are people likely to actually search for that title? So this is where I put it in and I wait for the software to give me the score. So usually what happens is, say for example, I type in how to gain confidence on camera. I hit enter and it will come up with a score to tell me how well this video is likely to do based on the title that I have chosen. Now what I usually do at this point is I just change words around. If it's not at 100 or it's not like fully optimized, then I'll change a few words around to make sure that that title works well for the audience that I currently have and the type of people who would probably search something like that. So that's my last stage of using that software. At this point, I also figure out what my thumbnail is going to be like. Now I feel that it's different for each type of channel. I take a look at what someone who's done a similar video to me has done for their thumbnail. Now I don't want it to be the same as their thumbnail, but I do want it to be better. Ultimately, you want your video to stand out. So I take a look at the thumbnails that I can see based on the type of video that I'm going for, and I figure out what I can do to make mine better, different, and just stand out more than any others out there. I like to use Canva because I feel like it's so much easier. It gives me so many different varieties of templates that I could use, and it's so easy to just change things around. If I don't like where something is on a certain template, I can easily kind of like move that layer over or just delete it completely to adjust it and just make it personalized to me. Alternatively, sometimes I just use Photoshop because I know that I don't really want anything too fancy and I just want me with bold words, and that's what I sometimes do. So really it's a case of how creative you are. Do you want to trust your own judgment and create something on Photoshop, or do you want to head over to somewhere like Canva, which will give you a good variety to choose from? Like I said, it does depend on what your channel is about. If you are doing things like vlogs, then to be honest, you can screen grab most of the shots from your vlog and use that as a thumbnail. So you could use that as a thumbnail with various different pictures from your vlog. But if you're doing a video on a channel which is something like this, where I'm actually talking about something that could help you for YouTube, you want to figure out what your overall thumbnail should be. I find sometimes actually sketching a thumbnail out is really helpful, because if I sketch out a few ideas, it gives me an idea of what different types of poses that I could do when I take those pictures once I've actually finished my filming session. And usually I take them right at the end because I've already got into the flow of things. I've filmed the whole video, so it makes me feel a bit more kind of like ready to pose for that video, because I understand what message I've already delivered, and now I'm trying to kind of like encompass that whole message into one picture ready for my thumbnail. Now that I would have actually filmed my video, I'll then think think about things like audio, and I'm talking about the background music. So I want something that actually fits in well with my video. Do I want it to be kind of quite obvious in the video? For example, if you've got a vlog video, then you'd want that music to be very, very important, because that's what's going to kind of like match in with the theme and the overall mood of the video while you're not talking. Or do you want something while you're sitting talking like this, and you want music which is basically very faded in the background, and something which isn't overly upbeat either? It needs to match with the kind of overall vibe of the whole video. So I use a platform called Epidemic Sounds, and it's amazing because you do get the most amazing songs on there. You can get music on there which is basically of someone singing. It's all royalty free, so you can use it. You do need to sign up to it though, because that gives you access to use it on several different platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, etc. And you know for a fact you're not going to get any kind of like copyright issues. You could literally type in anything, any kind of mood into Epidemic Sounds, and it's just going to come up with music. It's amazing. So if I put in moody, it will come up with moody music. If I want sound effects for my videos, it will come up with it. If I want a sound effect of a door shutting, it's going to come up with that. So you get everything on there. I would highly recommend to have that, because it honestly just elevates your whole audio side of your videos. Now that you've done your video, it's time to upload it and put it into the world of YouTube and see what people think about it. You also want to make sure that you have the right keywords within your description on the video too. So I like to focus on the first like 10 sentences or so and make sure I've really kind of like packed it in with loads of keywords which are relevant to my video to just help people find that video better on YouTube. To summarize everything that we've gone through on this video, you want to remember to look after your subscribers that you already have. They're there for a reason. Make sure you take their advice. If they want to see something specific, then listen to them. Trust me, I have done this on my own channel, especially on my other channel, where I have read their comments and I've seen that quite a few of them are asking for a specific look. I film it, I do it, and honestly, it's amazing because they get so happy when they see that you've actually listened to them, and they're going to stick around. And they, at the end of the day, are the people who are making you and making your YouTube channel what it is. So take on board what their advice is, create videos that they also want to see, because you'll naturally pull in more subscribers and new people that are going to stay loyal to you. Remember to figure out what your goal of the video is. Make sure that you are delivering a message and the viewer is actually getting something out of that video. Don't forget to take notes, write down bullet points of all the key points that you're going to be making throughout the video and elaborate on them. Put them in order and make sure the whole thing flows well from beginning to middle to end. Sketch down your thumbnail. Trust me, if you do this, it's really, really going to help you. Honestly, it makes it so much easier. And when you start taking the pictures of yourself for your thumbnail, you're not just sitting there wondering, what should I do? You actually have some poses in mind to make sure that it's a thumbnail that people are going to want to click on. Don't forget the two softwares I mentioned too. TubeBuddy, you can use my code Nina Ubhi, and also Epidemic Sounds. Both of these are going to be so good for your channel. Trust me. I really do hope that this whole planning process has helped you. This is exactly how I do my videos, and it's definitely worked for me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions at all in the comments box below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.